kids, so as you might have known from the last video, which you should watch, I know Amharic, it's my mother tongue, but you see Amharic isn't all on its own, it has a family, namely the Ethio-Semitic family. Now, this isn't a video on ethiolinguistics, but a video of a bunch of things I do not like about the two other languages in Amharic's family, Giz and Tigrinya. While no one, except the church, speaks Giz anymore, Tigrinya is widely spoken in the northern part of Ethiopia and in Eritrea. Now, I'm not a pro-Tigrinya speaker, but I know enough to make my claims. This goes for Giz as well. Mind you, I would like to state that this is a list about what I think is dumb, and if you disagree, then yap all you want in the comments. Isti, Njember.
While Tigrinya does its job of working as a language, truly it has been cursed with the unimaginable weight of artistic liberty. Look at this list of innovations. While Tigrinya is more Gizi than Amharic, it also has some crazy Mickey Mouse inventions that are found nowhere in Amharic or in Giz. Some of these stem from Tigrinya's hatred of affixes. One of the ones I despise the most is iti and ita. So in Amharic and in Giz, the definite article is a suffix. In Amharic, it's an u sound, and in Giz, it's a hu sound. For example, in Amharic, bet becomes betu, sahay becomes sahayu, and in Giz, it'd be like amalikt becomes amalektihu, melaikt becomes melaiktihu. But in Tigrinya, you have iti and ita, which is its own separate word, not to mention all the other words that should be affixes, like in Amharic and Giz that are affixes, but are not in Tigrinya. Things like kav and nai. Another annoying thing is that Tigrinya has a weird thing for contractions. So look at kab and nai. And the thing is, when it comes to kab and nai, when they're put right next to iti and ita, you can mush them together to get kabti and kabta and neti and neta. I have no clue where Tigrinya got this from. Is it just laziness? Why don't they use affixes like everyone else? Are they stupid or something? One last thing is this specific edition right here. For some reason, Tigrinya has this thing where for yes or no questions, you add a little do to things at the end. So for example, in Amharic, you might just say, Wendime aitahat, but in Tigrinya, you'll say, Haftaido riha, and it's got to be one of the worst things ever. I don't even think this one needs an explanation on why it sucks. Like, why are you trying to be so different? Just use a raised voice at the end like everyone else.
So Giz doesn't get let off the hook either. Now, I do have to respect it more since it's the language of the church and it's been around for a lot longer than Amharic and Tigrinya, but that doesn't mean it's above criticism. Now, any guy who knows a thing or two about ethiolinguistics knows that modern Giz and old Giz are very, very different. Giz lost many of the sounds that it used to have, things like the pharyngeal H, the voiceless pharyngeal fricative, and the voiceless velar fricative, for which the keeping of I applaud Tigrinya, since Amharic doesn't have it either.
But there are also some more questionable sounds. The letters that us modern folk call sa and tsa, old Giz has booked in as the voiceless alveolar lateral fricative and the alveolar lateral ejective fricative. I'm so happy that Amharic and Tigrinya dropped these sounds because and sound so mentally deficient. Like honestly, I wish that the guy who created such awful sounds would turn himself into a tree. While this isn't a complaint, it's kind of annoying how Giz is a BSO and Amharic and Tigrinya are an SOB, which makes switching between languages rather troublesome, but I'll forgive Giz for it.
Of course, man is not perfect, and even my Amharic has its own problems. Some of my Tigrinya speaking buddies have told me that Amharic has too many ches, which when you look at words like saya kamachilachu and saya sfechilacho, I don't blame them. Also, one of my biggest problems with written Amharic especially is the lack of diacritics to indicate loose and tight consonants. Like for example, the difference between wana and wana. When spoken, you tighten one and loosen the other, but when written, they are the exact same. Now, my solution to this is to add dots on the top of words, like this. Dots mean tight, and no dot means loose. It's not like this is a crazy innovation either. Giz already does this. Albeit for a different use. Giz uses diacritics for Beta Christian Zema and not for normal texts. What Amharic should not do is what another certain Ethiopian language does and double up the letters. It's a waste of ink and it's unnecessary. At that point, you should just use diacritics. At the end of the day, I still think Ethio-Semitic languages are lovely and should be preserved, even Tigrinya's dumb, stupid, good-for-nothing, inquisitive form. I swear to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I hate that thing, man. Anyway, no matter the flaws, you should still try your very best to know your language. Hell, even learn adjacent languages like me if you're cool enough. But if you're a diaspora watching this and can't at the very least understand and speak Amharic or Tigrinya and are not even making like a valiant effort to do so, then you are truly scum. Anyway, the Hanawa Ado, Exhibit, and Ina Yahabliya.